My first love was musical theater, and so I did musical theater when I was younger. It's actually a whole story of how I got into musical theater, which I can get into another time. But in musical theater, when I was younger, there was a thing of like, there was a thing in my head of like, oh, the show always goes on. Like, that's a phrase that people say. So I must have been like 8 or 9 years old, and I was in Charlie Brown. And I had like a bright pink dress. I just really remember loving the dress. But I had a bright pink dress with like yellow flowers. And there was this song in it where I had this big phone, like a huge phone, like this big. It was like a cardboard cutout phone, and I was sitting on a block singing, holding the phone. It was relevant to the song. I don't know. And I was just sitting on the block in my bright pink dress, singing this hit song in the show. And there was a boy who was standing on the block. He was standing behind me on the block. And I guess in one particular performance, the boy just fell off the block. I don't know what happened exactly because he was behind me, but suddenly he was on the floor. And because I was like so adamant about the show going on and I just like loved what I was doing, I just continued singing, like as if the boy hadn't fallen off the block behind me. And then I just remember like all the parents and stuff started laughing and everything, like, or I don't know if they were like laughing or like tending to him. I mean, they probably weren't like, oh, he fell. It was probably more like a commotion of like getting him back on the block or making sure he's okay. But for the whole time, I just continued singing the song as it should be, you know, with like the big phone. And it's funny because when I actually like started thinking about acting and stuff later, I was like, that's like not a good thing, you know? Like, you should acknowledge what the hell is actually going on in the moment. So if there's a boy standing on a block that you're sitting on and the boy just like falls off the block, everyone knows that that just happened. So, like, I should deal with that, you know? But I didn't. Also, I think at the time, I wanted to share with you guys like who I played in it, but I played a character named Randy. And I feel like that character doesn't exist because later in life, I've noticed that that's like not a character in Charlie Brown. And what I think they did is I think they made up a role for me. And I think maybe it was like meant to be a boy or something, but they just made it into a girl. And I wore two pigtails, pink bows, bright pink dress, yellow flowers and like yellow flowers like that stand on the dress. It sounds a little like tacky, but it wasn't. I don't think it was. It was like pretty. It was like